Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It is Wednesday, June 5th, New Comic Book Day, and wanted to go over the books that are coming out next Wednesday, the 12th. But before I do that, I'll highlight a couple books I just got in the mail today. One of these I ordered a while ago. This is the Transformers number 3 by John Gallagher. I think this is Starscream on the cover there. And yeah, just beautiful artwork. I mean, John Gallagher, he does great covers. He does a lot of detail, which is really perfect for Transformers. If you look really closely, you can see a lot of the, the mechanical detail in the rendering of the drawing. A lot of little details, which makes his artwork just really stand out. So I'm a big fan of his. In fact, there's another Transformers book that's come out. I'll highlight that in a minute. It just came out today, so you might be able to grab a few copies before it sells out. Every one of these has done pretty well. First issue sold out and did the best. That book's easily a $100 book, $80 to $100 book, and you could have bought it for $20. So yeah, long term, I think these have good long-term value. Yes, there's always going to be a group of collectors that are into Transformers, and these are by far, I think, some of the best covers on any Transformer book. So, yeah, just my opinion, but number 4 is out today, so I'll highlight that in a second. The other book I picked up is Avengers number 195. This is considered I believe it's either cameo or first appearance of the Taskmaster. I looked at, he's on the last page of the book. I think it's first appearance, really, because there's a couple paragraphs of him talking. He identifies himself as the Taskmaster. It's a full page showing him, he's not like a shadow or, just a figure where he doesn't talk. I mean, it's really a first appearance. So I'm surprised this book doesn't get more love. I mean, you can buy this book pretty reasonably. I won this on an auction for, I'm going to say, I think I got it for like 30 or 40 bucks. I mean, it was pretty cheap. And this is really the first appearance of Taskmaster. 196 gets a lot of love because it's first full appearance and he's on the cover. And it's kind of a really cool classic cover. So I understand why 196 probably gets more love than this one, but this one definitely should be worth more than it is because it's really, I think it's a first appearance. I mean, it shows him, in fact, I'll show you real quick. I try to be real careful with these books. This is an older one. But the last page, there he is, full uniform. I mean, he's not just saying one sentence. I mean, there's a couple paragraphs there of him speaking, and right away he identifies himself as the Taskmaster. So I view this a little bit more as a first appearance, not a cameo. I don't know. It's kind of a gray area. I guess some people say, oh, cameo is if they don't talk. Here he's obviously talking, and he identifies who he is. So to me, this is a first appearance, and the first full appearance is 196. So just a really, really nice book to have. I like Taskmaster. I think that could be a character, a villain that's going to be used maybe in upcoming Marvel comic movies. Who knows? Maybe he'll show up in like a Black Widow. I don't think he will, but there's a possibility he could show up in a Marvel movie coming out. Also, Kung Fu Fighter, Richard Dragon Kung Fu Fighter number 1. I highlighted this on my last video. I got another copy. This one, maybe a little bit better grade. The other one on the back had like a little indentation. This one doesn't have that. This one's pretty clean. But the spine's really clean. It's a little rolled. You can see it's a little, it's not exactly perfectly centered. So, but it's in really good shape. I mean, I definitely think this is very fine plus to near mint minus. So 8.5 to a 9.0, definitely. This is a real hard book to find in really good shape just because of the age of it, 1972, and yeah, you got the black border. So most of the copies you'll find on eBay have spine ticks and things like that. So I bought the only 2 copies that I could find that had no spine ticks and were in the best shape without buying a graded copy. I think there was a graded copy on there for like a 9.6 or a 9.2. So yeah, so I picked those up. Let's jump into the new comic books that are coming out next Wednesday. Let me zoom in here a little bit. So for Dark Horse, wasn't much for Dark Horse that I really was into. I think this Joe Golem, Occult Detective, I think that could be really good. I like Mike Mignola, and the covers have been nice. I like this cover, so that might be one worth grabbing. I'd like to see how the writing is first, but I like the cover artwork. That's pretty nice. So that could be one that you may want to look at picking up. For those that are into Umbrella Academy, Hotel Oblivion #7 is out. You've got a nice A cover and pretty nice looking B cover. So I was an early collector in Umbrella Academy, but I never picked up the free comic book day. I didn't realize, I guess, early on that was the first appearance of Umbrella Academy. So I never really picked up that book. Moving on to DC, Batman and the Outsiders, nice Kirkman cover there. That's pretty nice. That may be one to look at. And you also got an Otto Schmidt cover. I don't see him do a lot of covers. He's got an interesting style. It's kind of a Scalera style. He kind of has a very similar style to Scalera. All right. Batman Who Laughs #6. You got the regular Jock cover. And I believe this is a Ginny Frizen cover. Both nice covers. I pre-ordered those in advance, so I got them a little cheaper. Notice the Frizen cover is not at a discount on Midtown. Catwoman #12. You got a nice Art Germ cover. I believe I pre-ordered that one. It's kind of I can't remember, there was an older issue of Batman and Robin, of Batman showing them pulling back the cover like this. So it's kind of an homage to an older issue, and I like Art Germ. He's pretty good. That's a nice cover. All right, moving on here. Detective Comics 1005. I've read the first 2 or 3 after 1000. I think I'm up to issue 1003. So I'm interested to see where the storyline goes with Arkham Knight. It's dragging a little. They kind of dragged it out a tad, but I'm interested in it. And this is the nicer cover, in my opinion, the Sedgwick cover. Very cool cover. Event Leviathan is also out. Alex Maleev. That's the cover I like, the A cover. It's beautiful. I pre-ordered that in advance. I think that'll be good. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully Bendis does a good job with it and doesn't write too much dialogue. And then you've got a Kenneth Rocafort variant cover. I think I just picked up the A cover on that one. Flash, you got a nice Derek Chew cover. He's been popular lately, so that may be worth taking a look at. Hawkman, I definitely like this one, the In-Hook Lee cover. I believe I pre-ordered that. I'm a big fan of In-Hook Lee. I think he does a pretty nice job. I wish the colors are a little bland. I wish there was a little bit more dynamic coloring. So I wouldn't blame In-Hook Lee for that. I think whoever the colorist is could have done a little bit better job on that. I'd like to see darker reds with the mouth of the dragon there. But overall, it's still a good cover. Justice League Odyssey, I believe I pre-ordered this Perillo cover. I'm a big fan of Lucio Perillo. He's another Italian artist like Mattina. His style is very similar, kind of draws a realistic tone to his drawings. So beautiful cover. I pre-ordered that. I'm looking forward to getting that. Red Hood Outlaw number 35. Very nice Putri cover. You can see Red Hood in the reflection of the blood on the street. It's pretty cool. So I kind of like that cover. I pre-ordered that, I believe. Superman, I did not. I'd say if I had to pick one, I would definitely go with the A cover. I like Rogolzar. It's kind of a cool image. Ivan Rice cover. I don't like at all the Adam Hughes cover here. I mean, I get that he's trying to do like a throwback image to the 1930s and 40s when Superman had that kind of look. But and also something's wrong with his arm here. I think I commented before on one of my videos on the pre-orders, the solicitations. I think I commented about this, that I just don't like. I don't know. It's just not it's not a favorite of mine by Adam Hughes. So I'm going to pass on that. All right, Wonder Woman number 72. I kind of like the Terry Dodson cover. That's kind of cool. I like that. And you got a nice Jenny Frison cover. Kind of standard fare for her, right? That's kind of what I would expect from her. And I think that does it for DC. The rest are just trade paperbacks. Okay, Dynamite Entertainment. I don't remember seeing anything here that... yeah, Red Sonja number... okay, Red Sonja Birth of the She-Devil number 1. You've got a nice Perillo cover. So there's going to be a lot of covers, a lot of store variants for this issue. We'll see how Luke Lieberman does. I'm not familiar with his writing, and the interior art is by Sergio Davila. But there's a lot of cool covers, no doubt about it. Hopefully the interior of the book is done as well as the covers. But I love Perillo covers, and that's just a beautiful cover. You got, a cosplay cover. You've got so here's the interior artwork. Sergio Davila. Yeah, he's pretty good. That looks decent. So I picked up a couple of the store variants. I think I picked up a In-Hook Lee cover. What else did I pick up? A Gerald Perel cover. It looks beautiful. I picked that up. And I know there's another one that I picked up. I think I have 3 store exclusives coming for Red Sonja. Oh, and a Gallagher cover. That's the other one. John Gallagher did a cover. So, there's a lot of different covers coming out. Birth of the She-Devil. We'll see how it goes. It could be good. It could be not so good. Well, I guess that remains to be seen. But I think that was it for Dynamite Entertainment. IDW, Amber Blake, number 4. This was a series I really kind of wish I could have pre-ordered, especially the incentive covers, but you can't. You can only pre-order the A cover, the A covers on this. So because I didn't pick up the first 3 issues, I could have easily picked up the B cover here today, and I was like, I passed, because I guess it's kind of weird. I don't want to really own issue number 4, and then I don't have the first 3 issues. And, I really do like the artwork here of Catherine Nodette, I think her name is pronounced. She does a nice job. It's beautiful. The other problem I have with these issues is their magazine style. So, I keep all my books typically in a regular standard long box, and I would have to store these separately, so it creates a problem, just like the DC Black Label Batman Damned. Same problem there, right? Magazine style. Beautiful book, Batman Damned. I think especially the artwork is fantastic. So, this is one of those things where I kind of wish I knew about it early on, and I just didn't get it. But I guess you can't get them all. I usually do pretty well on catching stuff, but that was definitely something I did not catch. And those first couple issues go for pretty good money now. I mean, I think issue number 1, that noted covers over $100 easy. and that's if you can find it. I mean, a lot of times I look on eBay and there's no copies for sale. So I think that does it for IDW. Didn't really see anything else that caught my attention. Image, Monstrous number 22. It's a signed copy. That's pretty cool for $3.99. I do like Monstrous. It is a good book. The writing is good. The only problem with that book is it goes a little slow at times, and there is a lot of gratuitous cursing in it, which I think is a little silly. This book would probably do a lot better if it didn't have a lot of adult language in it, just because it's a fantasy style. It's a style that lends itself to where you could get that young adult, maybe, I would say 10 to 15-year-old. But because there's so much language in it, every F word, F-bomb all over the place, a lot of people, a lot of parents probably wouldn't allow this for their child. So, I kind of think that they're missing the boat. I think it's a little gratuitous sometimes. Sprinkled here and there, that would be fine, but it's a little excessive. But otherwise, the writing's decent on it, and the artwork is obviously very, very beautiful. Takata does the artwork. Prodigy number 6. I've not been collecting Prodigy, but I do like these Christian Ward covers. I think he's been doing at least one cover every issue, and does a nice job. I like Christian Ward. Red Burning Desire number 1. I did pre-order this. I think the only reason I pre-ordered it was because Adam Hughes was doing the cover, and this hot-looking chick with big breasts in a unicorn costume. I don't know. I just thought, what the hell? What is this about? So I decided to pre-order. I pre-ordered that. We'll see if it's any good or not. There is a B cover by Daniel Hilliard. Nothing fantastic about it. I think I'd go with the A cover with Adam Hughes. I also pre-ordered this issue, Sonata, number 1. A cover's pretty cool. I like that. It's a big-ass bird. And then the B cover, also very nice. I kind of like the B cover a little bit better. It's kind of a scary-looking cover. So there's 2 artists on that, Brian Haberlin and Gerard Van Dyke. Interesting. But I like that B cover. I think that's my favorite of the 2. I pre-ordered that in advance, both covers. And I think that does it for Image. Moving on to Marvel. I've not been collecting Age of Belit. I've not been collecting any of the X-Men books. I've not been collecting Amazing Spider-Man. So Marvel, I've got it down. I've only really been collecting Guardians of the Galaxy, Venom, Immortal Hulk. So you got Immortal Hulk 19. Pretty cool A cover, Alex Ross. Absolute must-buy. I pre-ordered that in advance. And there's also kind of a cool B cover, Greg Smallwood cover, 25th tribute cover. Very nice. I like that as well. I think I pre-ordered that. I did not pre-order the Armored Suit Spider-Man. I don't know. I just didn't. For some reason, I didn't like it. And I was never a fan of. I think I originally had that issue. It was a Web of Spider-Man issue that had his first Iron Suit, and it was a silver foiled cover, if I remember right. And I didn't like that either. So maybe it's just memories from the past came up and just decided, I don't like that. So I did not pick up that C cover. Moving down the list here, Major X. I'll bet you that doesn't get to issue 10. Maybe it gets to 10. Or maybe it is a miniseries. I don't know. So I could be wrong about that, but I think the sales have dropped off on that book from what I've been hearing in the community. We'll see. Marvel Tales Spider-Man number 1. Surprised that this Jen Bartel cover hasn't been selling out. Normally the Virgin Incentive Jen Bartel Virgin cover has been selling out. And they won a lot of money, $106. Whew, crazy. But it's the first, a lot of those issues had been selling out pretty consistently. You got Silver Surfer Black #1. That's a big issue that out next week. Donnie Cates, great writer. Looking forward to it. See what he does with Silver Surfer. I did not order the A cover. I do not like the A cover at all. Sorry, Tradmore. I mean, he's doing the interior art, so maybe I'll be okay with it, but I did not like that cover. It's just too simplistic. I think I could, I can draw that. It's not anything fantastic. So I did not get the A cover. I think I may have ordered this one, the Adi Granoff Comics Pro cover. I don't know why Midtown doesn't show the image. The Perel cover is okay. I don't know. It's okay. It's obviously like a 1:10 or a 1:15 ratio. You can see the Fantastic Four there on the surfboard, but I don't know. It was okay. I just didn't think it was that great. So I passed on it. Nick Bradshaw, kind of cool. Not too bad. And then I think the one I like the best, which I'm going to wait a little bit and see if I can pick it up for a little cheaper. They want $51 for it here. So it's like a 1:50 ratio variant, is the Mike Zeck Hidden Gem variant. I definitely think that is a really cool cover. I just like that look of him flying over the city, and it's a pretty cool image. I like it. But I'd like to see if maybe I can get it a little cheaper. I think that's a little too expensive in my opinion, but yeah. Sorry guys, I clicked the wrong button there and it knocked me out. Get back down to Marvel. Okay, I think I'm back down there now. Yeah, Silver Surfer. Okay. Spider-Man Life Story #4. Chip Zdarsky. I liked the first 2 issues. I thought it was well written, and Bagley does a decent job on art. And I really like these covers. I just think they're pretty cool. So I will be collecting that. I think I pre-ordered that in advance. And Star Wars books I've not really been collecting. Sales have been really, really bad on Star Wars lately, so I think I looked at the April Comic-Con, and the sales are pretty damn low on those Star Wars books. Venom #15, pretty cool Kyle Holtz cover. I love Kyle Holtz's artwork. The style is just awesome. It's perfect for Venom and Carnage and all that good stuff. So he's the guy that did Carnage Mind Bomb. Definitely a classic. Definitely a book I recommend purchasing if you can find it. And then you've got a B cover, which is a Simon Bianchi cover. Bianchi. Kind of cool. 25th tribute cover. Not bad. You got some reprintings here of War of the Realms. Everyone is kind of glad that I think that's over. Yeah, I think that's it from Marvel. Everything's trade paperbacks now. So we'll move on to Independence. Let's see, I think there was just only a few that I thought were interesting. This might be good. Banjax #1. Kind of a cool looking cover. What's it about? The Cure, a wholly original and delightful twisted deconstruction of the superhero genre and by Hollywood screenwriter aberrant scribe Ryland Grant. A disgraced former superhero is diagnosed with terminal cancer brought on by years of using his powers. Defending what he has deemed an ungrateful and ultimately unworthy city is literally killing him. With just months to live and a legacy hanging in the balance, Mason launches a violent and misguided death wish-like campaign to purge the city of supervillains before he dies. That could be good. Sounds interesting, the premise. Sometimes I think some of these independent comic books are worth giving a try, just because you just never know what can happen. The story takes off, maybe it gets optioned and picked up. A lot of these movie studios, they need content constantly. As a Netflix, they need content, and a lot of times they're buying, or at least getting options on a lot of these small independent titles. Doesn't mean they're going to turn into anything, but sometimes that news drives up the price a little bit. Let's see here. What else did I see in the independents that looked interesting? Just a lot of books I don't think I would ever buy. I don't know. I mean, I don't know who's buying a lot of this stuff, but I think somebody is. John Carpenter's tale of science fiction surviving nuclear attack. That could be interesting. Kind of a cool looking throwback cover. Very interesting. That could be worth picking up. I think that was it. Oh, Mall number 4. I know that title was optioned, so if you hopefully you picked up the first couple issues, I think those are worth a little bit of money now. Orphanage number 3. I just got the issue number 1 in my. In fact, I got it right here. I just picked that up. Got it in my order. I haven't read it yet, but I did pick up the incentive cover, which I thought was pretty cool looking. So I don't know if this is good. I might pick up further issues and see if it's worth it. That remains to be seen. We'll find out. Still available for sale. Rick and Morty presents Mr. Meeseeks. I like the TV show a lot better than the comic book. I did collect a good run of the comic books. I think I collected the first 30, maybe 35 issues of Rick and Morty. And then they've got these little spin-offs. They're mildly funny. That one of my favorite episodes is the Meeseeks episode. So if you're not familiar with Rick and Morty, if you've got a Hulu subscription, you can easily watch episodes. They got the first 3 seasons on Hulu. And if you don't have Hulu, I think you can also watch them on YouTube. But the Meeseeks episode, that's the one I definitely recommend watching. It's hilarious. It's so funny. So yeah, I'm a Rick and Morty fan. I can't wait. Season 4 comes out in November, I believe, this year. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. And I think that might be it, guys. Usually when I get near the end, these are all porn comics since they don't show the covers. It's usually the reason. I remember, I think that was it. All trade paperbacks and graphic novels going forward. So that's it. That's kind of what I had for the week. Oh, real quick, I wanted to also show you that exclusive cover. There's several websites selling it. I think Mutant Beaver Comics, 789 Comics. There's a lot of there's 3 or 4 websites selling it. So I think the print run. Let me just pull up the image on it. Yeah, so here is the regular A cover, and I think that's limited to 600, if I remember correctly. I think there's only 600 copies of this. It's a virgin copy, so you can just order that. I believe they want $20 for that, or you could pay $50 and get the here's the other one, or the battle damage. So it's the same cover, it just shows fire and shows him on fire a little bit and that he's taken some damage. So it's pretty cool. I like both covers. This one's limited to only 300 copies. So the set will probably sell out in a day or two. My feeling is you'll probably be able to pick it up until about 9 or 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tonight, and then maybe after that, you might be pushing your luck. So if you like these books and you want to pick up, I think the set will sell out pretty quickly. The A cover, which is pretty cool as well, will probably sell out. Yeah, probably by the weekend it'll be sold out. That's, it's usually how it goes. I believe the first issue 2 and 3, I think issue 2 is now sold out, and number 3 is still available. So, yeah, there's a lot of Transformer fans out there, and these books, I think long term, could be really cool to have as a set. I don't know if they're going to make, if Gallagher's going to make one of these for every issue, but it's kind of cool that he's using a different Transformer for every cover. First one being the best because it had Optimus Prime, right? That's probably the best cover for sure, and that's the one that's really worth some money. That's a $80 to $100 book right now. So, yeah, I mean, I like John Gallagher. I think he's really good at detail, and that fits in perfect for Transformers. So I'm happy to pick those up. And, you can also, I think some of these websites, I think I ordered it off of 789 Comics. It's a UK site. They're pretty cool. I mean, I've ordered a couple things for them, and they're, every time I order something, they'll give me free shipping because I paid for shipping on the first item, and they'll combine it all in the order, so I don't have to pay shipping every time. Plus, they'll give you a 10% discount. I think the coupon code or discount code off their site is SHOCK10 for that issue number 4. So that's kind of all I had today, guys. I know it's a long video. Thanks for sticking with me if you watched the whole thing. I know there's a lot of information to go through. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Maybe there's some books that I should have highlighted in the video and I didn't. Please let me know that in the comments. Let me know what you think of some of these books that I picked up and also these store exclusives. Let me know what you think of the Transformers. I mean, I'm kind of a fan of John Gallagher, and he's doing pretty well. I'll have a couple of exclusives coming here in the next few weeks. I think he did that Red Sonja cover, so I'll have that to show you as well. All right, guys, have a great week, and look for my video on Friday highlighting the top 10 list by CBSI on Friday. Thanks.